poll up a few days ago asking what game you would want me to stream between this and Metal Gear Solid 5, and this won resoundingly for some reason. Background on this game while I get everything else set up. This was supposed to be, I believe, a launch game for the PS4, but it ended up getting pushed back a few months so that things could get polished. And so it was supposed to be like the first real big success for the PlayStation 4, and it failed to impress. It was supposed to show what the next gen was capable of, and as it turns out, the next gen was not capable of much. But we're gonna play it here. I'm a pretty big Infamous fan. I have a soft spot for the series. I have a soft spot for Sucker Punch. They're right up there with Insomniac as really good mid-tier developers that tend to get bound up in these really convoluted contracts with Sony for some reason. This is by far the weakest of the three games. Infamous 1 is pretty good, isn't as good as Infamous 2, but the gameplay is pretty good. And this is just a skimmed down version of the first Infamous game for real. I have not played this game in about 4 years. I got it when it first came out because I got a PS4 for Christmas that year. And it didn't have a whole lot of games yet. The only games I had for it for a long time were DC Universe Online and what was the one that it actually launched with? Killzone Shadowfall were the only games I had for the PS4 for a while. I ended up getting obviously I've gotten lots of games for it in the 4 years since that's happened, but yeah, oh god, no, probably more like 5 years. It's been 5 years since I got this PS4. Because I got it shortly after it launched. So we're gonna start a new story. We're gonna see how far we get in the few hours. This game, from what I remember, is pretty easy. Like it's easy to die. You don't have a whole lot of health, but it's really easy to like maneuver around, get health back, stuff like that. So let's start a new game because I don't remember this game very well. No. Yeah, QB said you're just now playing this. This game is 0 years old. No, what happened was I don't have a whole lot of games on PS4 right now. A lot of them are elsewhere. And this is one that I have downloaded, or I had downloaded. I bought it off the PlayStation Store when it first came out. And I was just looking for a game to stream that I haven't streamed yet, and it was pretty much between this and Metal Gear Solid 5, and you guys picked this. Unbeatable Robin said Media, it's time to play one of the best games that came out on PS4. It is certainly a game. It's not a game I particularly like. I mean, I have fun with it. It's a fun game. I'll defend it on that front. But I think it's a downgrade from the other Infamous games. I think it's the weakest of the three. Rosa Dark Pika said the game is underrated in my opinion. Vincent A10 said no spoilers this week. Yeah, but apparently the Ruby Rewind people didn't get that memo. I don't know if you guys saw it on Discord. I did see it on Twitter. I wish I would have posted it. But the automatic schedule for Rooster Teeth's website had oh god, this BS. Oh, wouldn't be a Sony exclusive without proprietary freaking bullcrap. Yeah, they spend so much freaking budget and stuff on this freaking... on these gimmicky controllers. And then forget to actually, like, build compelling games around them. Yeah, screw this whole mechanic. So I'm having to, like, waggle the controller around. Where did I go? Don't I have it all? Yeah, I had it all.
Hey, if art is a crime...
But anyway, the automatic schedule on Ruby Rewind had or on the Rooster Teeth website scheduled Ruby Rewind for this week for Volume 6, Episode 9.
There, mingle,
and yeah, so everyone knew that there wasn't going to be an episode except for the people at Rooster Teeth, because that is just how incompetent their communications are. Satan, apparently some people watched the first episode of Genlock. Yeah, another terrible communication on Rooster Teeth's part.
Who's out there?
God,
Just
some uncanny
me,
valley
Betty.
with that animation.
Would you put the stapler down? Seriously.
What are you doing here?
Like literally last minute, they're like, "Oh yeah, for this little stream that we're doing right now, we're gonna show the first episode."
Seriously.
What were
Like,
you
yeah,
doing up
I
on the
mean,
roof?
maybe if you would have said that sooner,
Were you
the
up to
whole,
mischief?
you know, Rooster Teeth community could have watched the stream instead of like finding out about it too little, too late, like I did, and like so many other people
Come on,
did.
Seriously, what are you gonna do here?
Like the only one I know who watched it was
He's a cop.
Murder of
I'll
Birds.
be back here in 5 minutes.
Watched
and if
it.
You're still here.
Thanks, Betty.
This is the last time. I have to go back to my office. Apparently, I'm getting a phone call.
I cannot believe he doesn't have anything better to do. Dead end.
I don't remember where to go. Again, it's been probably 5 years.
Gotta find a way out of here.
I can't. Okay, there we go.
Hello, freedom. And now the easy part. Get to the longhouse, set up an alibi.
Parkour. So it wouldn't be a modern day video game without parkour. Granted, the infamous games were an early proprietor of the modern like parkour systems for video games. Like that and Assassin's Creed came out around the same time. Yeah, God, the first Infamous is 10 years old now, and this game is 4. That's a trip. I was in
Gold crap.
I was in high school when I first played the first Infamous game, back in late 2008.
Halfway there.
Does this part have to be so long? I know it's not like Red Dead Redemption 2 long introduction, but
Shoot! Get out of here.
like, what is the actual challenge here? Just hit X a couple times.
Don't look down, don't look down, don't look down.
And the plan is working perfectly.
Oh yeah, you gotta like freaking use the touchpad to for contextual
Hey,
actions.
man. I've been looking like forever for you. We should probably just get
Do you
inside.
have any idea how embarrassing it is for me to keep arresting my own brother over and over and over again?
Maybe you should stop arresting your brother over and over and
You
over
think this
again.
is a joke?
No, I
Is
don't.
this how you want to leave your mark on the world, huh? You think this would make our parents proud? Misdemeanor vandalism?
Listen, man, there's a lot of scary shit in the world, and while I'm out there actually trying to assert my talent,
You're trying
and
to
cause...
assert your talent. I mean, what the
Why
hell
do
are
you
you
always
even
do
talking
this,
about?
Reggie? Why don't you just let me
Explain
be
it
who
to me.
I
Tell
am?
me what big, bad,
If you
scary
would
shit
listen,
you're
I
gonna
would
scare us
explain
from.
it to you.
Really? Because I don't seem to get
Reggie.
it. What?
Truck.
QB said when a 4-year-old game has better weather options than Spider-Man.
I'm going after those two.
I don't know.
You stay back. That thing's gonna blow.
Stay away from the exploding thing. Got it.
How's the military doing?
This is where I said I never understood why games or movies where the main protagonist has superpowers and faces enemies with that guns or swords but never use their weapons with his powers. But that's just me though.
Keep your hands where
Oh,
I
you
can see
you
them.
use a weapon alongside your power in this. You have the
Once
chain.
he gets here. I said let him
It
go,
has
or I
different
will
forms
shoot
depending
you.
on which power you're using.
I said I don't want to hurt nobody.
QB said, by the way, you should play Spider-Man. That might be my next stream.
Reg?
Here's the thing. I don't have Spider-Man. Yet. I asked for it for
Gotta
Christmas,
find Reggie.
which means I'm probably going to get it.
The
And
hell
that
was
might be my
that?
stream next week. It'll be between
the
that and
hell?
Monster Hunter World. But I'll leave that up to you.
What's happening to me? God, no! Stop it, stop it, stop it! Oh my god. Oh my god. Make it stop! Reg! Reg, I really need you! What is going on? Reggie! No! Reggie! Reg? You okay?
Nelson, what was that?
I gotta get that thing off you.
You just...
I gotta get you out!
Okay. Okay, just help me push! Oh, dear God.
No, no, no! Shit. I can't stop it, man. I can't stop it. Reggie, I can't stop
It's
it,
okay.
man.
It's okay. You're okay. Just breathe. Breathe. You're all right.
I do kind of like this moment when he first gets his powers.
No. No. You are my brother.
Though it's never explained.
You are my brother.
They sequel baited for this game hard, and it did not do well enough with critics or audiences to actually get its
We
sequel.
gotta get out there. There is a bioterrorist. We gotta stop him before he gets to the rest of the tribe. Right?
Because you're like a conduit for other conduits, and conduits in this world are the people with superpowers.
You good?
They're from like an experiment. God, I can't. It's explained in the first two Infamous games,
Promise me you won't use
which has been a very long time since I played
Get
those.
to you back there. If I hadn't,
Promise me
But
you
basically,
won't
they
do
can
that.
absorb
Hey.
a single element and then use that as a weapon. Like their body can turn into it. They can absorb it, manipulate it, shoot it out, missile.
Sheriff, we can't
Yeah.
get in. The button's jammed.
I think Betty's still inside.
Jeez, man, the latch is melted.
Locked. How the hell did he get through?
I think he ran through.
You can do that?
It's only one way.
Nelson's a bioterrorist too.
Wait, he's not.
Vents.
I do love the movement
Good to
options
know.
in this game.
Not good.
Wow, that should have hurt.
Betty.
Yeah, this will work. Don't want to spoil the surprise.
Almost
Melee
there,
combat
Betty.
in these games is almost useless.
Gotta get out of here, lady.
Stay away from
I'm
me!
trying to help
No,
you, lady.
stay away from me!
Stop!
Nelson!
I was just trying to create a diversion. I didn't know anybody was in here. You did this to me. You're a conduit?
Betty, I'll explain later, but you gotta get out of here now.
Good, I'm gone.
Not until you fix this first.
But yeah, Delson is like
spent
a
most of
kind
my
of for
life
conduit.
behind
He can
bars.
absorb
It's
anyone's
easy
powers
enough to
that he's
bust out.
touched.
You just gotta wait for that golden opportunity.
That's how you get your collection of superpowers throughout this game.
When I got my powers, hell, I was unstoppable. Until the DUP caught up with me. Yeah, they got a special hole they like to toss folks like me in. Figured out a way to bind us all up so we couldn't use our powers. That also meant
They discovered freaking Sea Stone from One Piece.
That's no way for a man to live.
That's what it kind of reminds
No
me
way.
of now. Is like the
They had
Logia
this
powers.
Red-headed bitch there, really into needles and scalpels. She called what she
The
did
ash
tests.
fruit.
But if you do enough time, you learn a few tricks. Just gotta be patient. Sooner or later, they'll screw up. They always do. You maybe see something or
Wait, would
hear
that be
something.
Delson
learn
is
things
this
you weren't
world's
supposed to know.
Blackbeard? If
So when that
since he
bitch
can have
put
multiple
3 of us in
powers.
that wagon, I knew what was coming. A golden opportunity.
I saw you poking around inside my head.
It was me? I thought that was you.
You saw it, right? That DUP prison. If she catches you, that's where you're going. Wait! I'm warning you, kid. Back off!
You're not going anywhere until you fix this!
Listen, I don't know what happened, but you better be ready to disappear.
Why?
You're a conduit now, kid. A bioterrorist. Welcome to the world of run for your life. And that's what I aim to do, even if I gotta go
Yeah, I
through you.
get the feeling this one really went for See, it kind of makes sense with how Infamous 2 ended.
Going anywhere?
Either way, Infamous 2
This
ended.
ain't
Like
something
they
that
leave
you
it to where
think
like
fit.
Infamous 2 had 2 endings, and they really
At least
make
show
it to
me
where
how to control it.
either one could have worked. Similar to Deus Ex Mankind Divided,
She knows
actually,
I'm onto a
which is the
plan.
only comparison I will draw between this game and Mankind Divided. Is that the good ending or bad ending in Infamous 2? The point is that things went down and the conduits took the
This
fall.
fire's only gonna buy 2-3 minutes diversion tops. I gotta get now. Ain't going back to Curtin K.
Yeah, well, whoever's coming is coming for you, man, not me.
You've been seen, son. Folks here know about you. She's got a way of making people talk. Good luck, kid.
Oh, hell no. No way I'm gonna die in a fish guttery.
let me walk away? Nobody's ever got to know about any of this. Wait a minute! Stop! Let's talk about this!
Oh, Henry. I am so very disappointed in you.
Well, we got him, right? I, flushed that mean old conduit for you. Good job, everybody. Especially you, guys.
Bioterrorist. Henry Daughtry was a bioterrorist. Conduit. Is a word used by traitors who sympathize with their cause. You're not a
They
traitor?
don't have a cause, though. They didn't have a say. This is one of the things that bugs me about this story. Is the assumption
No, I'm not nervous.
of like the race issue,
It's been my experience.
or the xenophobia, the
nervous.
xenophobia allegories. Like they're treating
Rather than
conduits as if
cowards.
they're a religion
They have something
or
to hide.
a culture of
also
people, but they're
nervous
not.
about
They're
the
just people
girls.
who got freaking caught in freaking experiment dust
You
or
were in there with
whatever
that bioterrorist
was freaking going on.
for some time. Did he share
And they got
anything
powers.
with you?
Share.
Did he say anything to you? Share any of his
And the fact that they use the word terrorist
ramblings about
bugs me in this.
conspiracies?
No, he didn't share anything.
Good. That's good to hear. You see, we are engaged in a life and death war with these bioterrorists, and it's my job to do whatever it takes to ensure that we win that war.
What? It's kind of funny because aren't you a bioterrorist too? Okay.
Yes, I am. Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. And it's clear now that you're not a coward, which means there's something that you're not telling me.
What are you doing? You can't do this, you crazy. I've got rights.
And I have the legal authority to suspend those rights whenever I feel it's necessary, like now, for instance.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
once
the whole...
again-
God.
What happened in there?
This organization would never exist.
I'm told that hurts.
Maybe I know what happened in there.
No, Betty, don't.
Really? Still nothing. Well, unless you decide that you do have something to tell me, I'll go chat with that nice old lady. But you should know, concrete is especially hard on brittle bones. And if she doesn't talk, I'll just move on to the next one, and the next, until I find someone who does. So do you have something you want to tell me? Or do you prefer that I move on to your friends here?
Alright, first moral choice. Yeah, Omar Salazar asks, are you going to be evil or good in this playthrough? Another thing I don't like about this game, it doesn't actually matter. So let's, you know what, let's actually be evil. Let's be a douche.
Piss.
Then I have
Because it
no
doesn't
further
actually
use
matter.
for
She's
you.
gonna torture them anyway. Because
not
Delson
stubborn
tells
as
her
that
the
one.
truth.
Are you?
If you pick the good
Ready?
option, Delson tells her the truth, and she doesn't believe him, so she tortures them anyway. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm told
It doesn't
that hurts.
mean anything. None of the choices mean anything. All it means is like, I don't even think there's a different ending for if you're evil. I really don't. I don't remember there being another ending anyway. I do know like the missions with the other conduits will change, like whether you reform them or like really exhibit or enable their evilry, their bad tendencies.
hell's going on here? They turned the longhouse into a hospital? How long have I been out?
Yeah, real nice 2D painting of a shadow.
God, how could anyone do this? How many people did she hurt? And no one could stop her? Oh my God. Betty.
But as far as gameplay goes, the powers,
Glad to see you're out.
all the moral choice does is change what color they are.
So Augustine wasn't bluffing, huh?
Like good smoke is orange, bad smoke is red.
No one here is gonna
Good
turn.
neon is pink, bad neon
They
is
learn to
orange.
protect themselves.
Good video is blue, bad video is red, and then concrete just
comes-
looks the same regardless.
Take care of our own.
Omar Salazar is like, yes, there is a different
I guess I
ending,
did
very
the right thing.
different. The unbeatable Robin says, no, there's a different ending. Media is
Imagine
where
if that bitch would've
you
done
go
me if I
back to the
actually
log
talked.
house and basically kill everyone. Ah, that's why I didn't remember it, because it's freaking stupid.
Everyone else in this room.
See, the bad endings in the other games didn't make a whole lot of sense either, considering everything that you do regardless of the moral choices. But at least it, like, kind of fit with what Cole was doing. Delson in this, like,
Everybody else.
the only reason why he even leaves is to help them, and then he comes back and, like, why? Also, the fact that they give you, like, the moral choice every single time, like, there's no benefit to balancing out your choices. So it should just be, like, pick it at the very beginning. Do you want to be good or do you want to be bad? And then it just plays out from there.
Concrete the legs? It's gonna take more than that.
Oh, glad to see fast healing seems to be a part of your new, thing. Speaking of which, the craziness with the hands, is that gone
I
yet?
don't know, man. There's no smoking in the longhouse, remember?
Right.
And I wouldn't want to get in the way of anyone's recovery.
Recovery? Hey, Delson, these people aren't getting any better. They're dying, man.
You don't know that.
No, but the doctors who came through here when you were out, they do. And they said that... They said the only way those shards are coming out is the exact same way they went in.
What? But that was Augustine and her concrete power.
Yeah.
Then screw it, man. Looks like you and me are going to Seattle and we're gonna go get her.
Whoa, wait, what? You think you're just gonna charm her into coming back here with you? Come on, man, I know you took a bump to the head, but you two didn't exactly hit it off last time you were together.
Reggie, I did this. And I gotta fix
Hell, but the doctors have already said the
The only way it's getting out is with the same power. I get it.
which means we don't actually need Augustine. We just need her power.
See, I like this. I do
Okay,
like
now
this
you've
idea
lost
that,
me.
like, if I could steal this smoke dude's power,
Remember?
I could
I got
probably
smoke.
steal Augustine's power and other powers as well.
Yeah, but what if smoke was just a fluke, huh? Like, think about it. You'd have to go through, what, 1,000 DUP guys just to get to her?
Yeah, probably something like that. I'll explain in the truck.
What truck? I don't have a truck, That's my truck.
And I do like that this game is set in Seattle.
I got this whole thing figured
I'm not
out.
a big fan of Seattle.
We hit the town. We
But
load up
it's
at
different.
The all-you-can-leach conduit power buffet.
And it's where Sucker Punch Studios is. So it's like they really brought their hometown to life.
Chance the town's gonna, hit back.
What does that even mean?
It means that Seattle has 500,000 people that aren't exactly thrilled about the bioterrorists that are already there. You think they're gonna welcome you? Wake up, man.
Get woke.
Look, don't worry, Del, all right? We're gonna fix this thing. I'm gonna find you a cure.
A cure?
Shooting smoke out of your fingertips isn't exactly normal, man.
Just because it's not normal doesn't mean that it needs a cure, okay? Van Gogh wasn't normal. Gandhi wasn't normal.
Yeah, but people weren't scared of Gandhi, all right? People are afraid of bioterrorists. They're freaks.
See, that's pre-programmed bull.
I forgot how woke this game is. It was so long ago. It was before like the whole red pill thing started. That that this game came out. I forgot how friggin' like
Where you going? Hey,
anarcho-communist Delson is.
Holy crap, would you look at this?
Kinda glad I'm playing as the villain
If
now.
you're having second thoughts, I
Are
completely...
you kidding me? This is amazing.
This is destruction.
This is self-defense, man. The roadblock was set up to attack them.
Yeah, because they're bioterrorists.
Well, it didn't stop them, and it's not going to stop this bad boy either.
Man, this is like a post-apocalyptic vac... Oh, this must be the mothership.
Upgrade.
Jesus, Delson! Hey, are you okay?
Okay. I'm better than okay, man. I think I picked up a new trick. Yep. Oh, yeah. Definitely new and improved.
Delson, this is not improved, man. We're trying to fix the problems you already have, not add new ones.
What do you think? Augustine is just sitting on her ass? I gotta power up if I'm gonna go toe-to-toe with Concrete Queen.
Hey, I'm hoping to avoid that. Listen, there might be another way that we can get to Augustine.
What other way? What other way?
I have a few connections in Seattle, all right? Some in the police force.
No,
If
no,
we get
no,
them
no,
to
no,
help
no.
us-
This is not the point where Reggie swoops in and makes everything all right. This is not your problem to fix. It is mine.
The survivor asked, sorry, what is this, red
There.
pill?
Perfect. You wanna
Red
go
pill
help
is
somebody?
the
Go save
opposite of
Angela
get
stress.
woke.
It's not...
It's
we both
it's
go.
like
Oh,
the term for
Go play Super Cup, okay? I will catch up with
for
you
like
in a
falling out of the whole progressive movement,
don't go
especially if you were once part of the progressive
And for
movement.
God's sake, don't touch anything!
I'm gonna touch everything.
Realizing that
You're up first, little guy. Okay, yeah, that could definitely be habit forming. We're still using that.
Oh, maybe I just need to refill this. Good to go.
Yeah, this should do the trick.
so like get get woke is realizing that like everything is racist, everything is sexist, and it is up to you, the individual, to point out just how terrible and racist, misogynistic everything is.
They don't want to leave all the medical supplies on top.
Well, just tell them to hold on. I'll get the bus unstuck.
Nelson, I know what you're thinking, and don't.
Dude, this is gonna take forever. There's got to be a faster way. I I am unstoppable!
Delson, I told you not to.
Sorry, Reg. Can't hear you over the sound of my heroics.
Delson, I'm not.
Ah, lost you. Must have hit the mute button.
So that's what Get Woke is, then
Looks like the rest of the way is clear.
getting
Ride
red
this
pilled
baby
is
straight
realizing
into
that
Seattle.
the people who say that are full of BS.
Dude, Reggie, open up. Let's go. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Hello?
Hey, Delson, we got a problem. Some of the people on the bus, they saw you doing your super thingy to clear the way.
And?
And they're afraid of you.
What?
Look, I told you, man. Bioterrorists aren't especially popular.
So what am I, like Rosa Parks, and they want me to sit on the back of the bus?
No, they want you to sit outside the bus. They don't want you in here, right? They said if you come on, they're gonna get off.
Then let them walk. I don't care. You think I can't take this door down?
You are not gonna do that. These people have never seen anything like you before, and they're scared, right? And I can't blame them.
He says he's gonna break down the door. Go. Sir, just give me a second.
Look, just let me run them across the bridge. I'll come right back for you, all right? It'll take 5 minutes. Come on, man. I can't let you on the bus. 5 minutes.
Listen, just switch on the GPS tracking on your phone in case we get separated.
Oh, you mean like right now?
Yeah, little looks at the two other powers you collect before fighting Augustine. The video and then neon.
Sounds like useful information.
Nelson, I got the aid workers across the DUP. Clearing the bridge. Coming back for you, so...
Reggie, you there? What's going on? Hello? Hey! Hey! You guys need any help?
Oh, shit. A bioterrorist. Hey! It's one of those freaks!
Okay.
Whoa! No! Ah!
Oh, this fast healing stuff is gonna come in real handy.
Shooting me like that? Big mistake. It's mine now.
Okay, I'll give up, okay? Just don't hurt me.
Should have said please.
The executions are also a lot more cool than the subdue options.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
The neon subdue's pretty cool. You like wrap around
Reggie?
them.
Oh man, answer me! Oh my god. This was a bridge?
Survivor said thanks. Also, it's funny through 2016, 17, and 18 how many new words you learn that mean different types of political things and racist things and culture things and other things you learn. Yeah, Yeah, the couple things happened these last couple years that have really made people a lot more vocal about their beliefs, for better or for worse.
Another shot.
Oh yeah, the power that you like never use once you unlock Neon. Actually, like, Smoke is the lamest. Actually, no, Concrete is pretty lame.
Okay, Cosmos, keep them coming.
But, Concrete is pretty lame.
Okay.
Smoke is the second lamest. Neon and Video are so much cooler. I haven't played Super Mario Odyssey, but with the way that the movement in this is, kind of reminds me of what people have said about Super Mario Odyssey and how many movement options there are in that, and how you can just string things together.
Nelson Rowe.
Kind of a bad time, Betty.
You took off before I was through talking to you.
Well, you know, I had plans.
I heard you and Reggie were heading to Seattle, of all places.
Really gotta go, Betty. Hold still. Almost across. Good! Put it out! Devil Bridge!
That was the physics glitching there for a second, but it actually helped. It just, all it did was speed things along, and I was about to jump anyway.
God, the bus. Reggie! Reggie!
There's people coming in.
Set up pitching already, huh?
Delson!
Omar Salazar said Concrete was hyped throughout the game, but it was the biggest letdown, honestly.
Thanks for the hand.
Yeah. I do not like the Concrete powers.
Wow. Seem to be getting the hang of your,
So those are just
symptoms,
not worth it.
Right?
Like,
Of
because
course,
in
the
order
only
to get it, you gotta, like,
downside
take
being
down an enemy
that-
and then drain it off of him.
Nope.
Once you
Can't
get
think of
it.
anything. This is pretty freaking awesome.
Really? No downside? How about those heavily armed guys over there now want to hurt you? Real bad. That a downside? Yeah. Now look, for all we know, we may be able to pass you through their security, because you're not a normal bioterrorist. So
Normal? No, if you mean
I've
by
already been going for almost an
normal, you know,
hour?
the sheep that they try
Wow.
to line up so that they can probe them. No, Reggie, I'm not normal. And did you see what I did on that bridge? We
I
can
did.
take these
Look,
guys.
let's just see if we can sneak you through their checkpoints first, all right? It'll make getting around the city a lot easier.
Okay, fine. Do it your way. All subtle.
Listen, promise me you'll
Alright.
Cool up ahead. Hey, they used to call me Mr. Cool.
No one has ever once called you that. Ever.
Are you really worried?
I'll be back in just a minute.
Same level.
What was up with Ashley, man? She wouldn't shut up and take a breath or nothing. You guys don't look good. Did you bake cookies and food?
Bioterrorists have.
It's outside. Do you want me to put the truck in the... No, because it's a lot of food. big square piece.
I'll actually set up my bed later, but I'll get this stuff out of my area.
Yeah.
And then I'll set up my bed myself later.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's real hard. You just kind of hook it together. Who's he got helping him, did he say? No. Do you like my couch? Yeah, good. Where'd you go? You opened. His chair's all tore up. And we hadn't even had it a year. So we got refunded that back. That's how I got the girl's bunk bed. Basically, is what that paid for the bunk bed.
Did you get it sent there?
Yeah.
I told you not to do that.
It was just too much bullshit. Zach wanted it yesterday.
I know, Zach
He
didn't shut
wanted
up.
it today, and I called him to tell him. I said, fuck it, it's too much bullshit. I didn't want to be doing it tonight. And, here you go. You got a room to clean up, Bubba.
Yeah, all the stuff just was falling under the
Couch. Yeah.
There's room right there.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought there was a room somewhere. And then you'll set your bed up.
Yep.
I didn't know how
many more pieces you got, Mom?
well these
Yeah, I think
two,
this is it.
yeah, these two here, and
And
the
then
other
everything was
pieces
all-
are outside already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but how many more?
Alright, I'm back. People were wanting me to help move some furniture around.
Government infused them all with enough to still do some
Alright,
serious
so where
damage.
were we? I got actually room in
You
here
have just
now.
officially ruined my Seattle vacation. How long did you say I was up for?
1 week.
Wow. That means the DUP put all of this up in...
Yep.
Oh, they've kept busy.
Once we're through, I'll check with a couple of my cop buddies, try and get access to the police databases. In the meantime, I need you to just lay low. Might spook them if I show up with a bioterrorist.
Okay, boss man.
This is a registered firearm. I'm a police officer.
Ace won't let me on his bus, won't let me meet his friends.
Please place your finger on the scanner. Processing. Warning. Prime conduit detected. Lethal force is authorized.
That's 2 out of 3.
Delson, run!
Hell with that!
Not good to keep things
Delson,
bottled up.
stay behind cover!
Don't tell me how to fight! Reds up on the towers!
I see him! Remember, the civilians are innocent!
Man, I helped you! I don't want to die like this!
Low fumes here.
Yeah, the destructible environments are also very
I'm fine. Dandy.
Like you
limited.
said, laying low.
Just keep laying low. I'll call when I've got something.
Well, that hit the spot. Where's everybody going?
Immediately, or we will open fire.
Hey, what the hell, man? You're supposed to be protecting them from me!
Nelson, I got access to the Seattle Police database.
Oh, yep.
Turns out,
I told you, like, you die really easily in this game, and it's kind of a substitution for actual difficulty.
Nelson, got access to the Seattle Police database. Turns out, DUP has eyes and ears everywhere.
Well, let's gouge out their eyes and slice off their ears.
All right, I've got you on my GPS. Not far from one of their mobile command centers. If you can shut that down, it'll limit their ability to track your movements.
Mobile command center, got it. So, what exactly does one of those look like?
Well, it should be a large, heavily armored mobile unit with side ports and major communications gear on top.
Alright, I think I see it. Badass RV with lights and metal crap on top.
Okay, great. There should be vent panels along the sides. If you blow out enough of those, the core should overheat and be exposed.
Okay, blow out the panels, got it.
Sprinkle on smoke. Oh, and I'm all the way back here.
What do you say we keep this at sea level?
Nelson, got access to the Seattle Police database. Turns out, DUP has eyes and ears everywhere.
Well, let's gouge out their eyes and slice off their ears.
All right, I've got you on my GPS. Not far from one of their mobile command centers. If you can shut that down, it'll limit their ability to track your movements.
Mobile command center, got it. So, what exactly does one of those look like?
Well, it should be a large, heavily armored mobile unit with side ports and major communications gear on top.
Alright, I think I see it. Badass RV with lights and metal crap on top.
Okay, great. There should be vent panels along the sides. If you blow out enough of those, the core should overheat and be exposed.
Okay, blow out the panels, got it. Short and sweet.
Gonna destroy these cameras real quick. I don't have the ground pound yet.
Time out. Smoke break.
Remember, locate the mobile command center and destroy it. Should make things a little easier. Find the main power core? It should be on top.
Get my local smoking chimney right away.
God, it's so awkward to use the thing. A live stream on a 4-year-old game, unexpected but not unwelcome, says Noctuck Days. This is nowhere near the oldest game I've streamed. I've streamed Battlefront 2 before. That's a 13-year-old game now. I've streamed Bioshock. I streamed Bioshock Infinite around this time last year, and that came out a year before this did.
They are really stepping up their game. Definitely prefer the smaller guys.
I'm gonna take out the...
Smoke I can borrow? No, you're in there.
My chair starts sliding back.
Hey, Delson, I just realized all the DUPs have concrete powers, right? So, hey, all you have to do is drain one of them and you can go home. If it doesn't work, it will mean you were wrong about that, huh? Then we can still go home.
How about you, big fella? Oh, crap.
Well, did it work?
No time to check, man. I got dupes coming at me from every direction.
Get the hell out of there.
Yeah, great advice.
This is something.
All right, Reg, I hate to ask, but any of your besties in blue know anything about these core relays?
Yeah, well, apparently they've got them set up all over town. Seattle PD's been keeping an eye on them since the DUP won't tell them what they do.
But you can find out where they all are.
Sure. Like I said.
Good. I need you to send the locations to my phone.
What, so you can keep tapping them for more powers? No, forget it.
Wow. My own brother wants me to fight the ultra-mega bioterrorist of all time with less powers.
Look, I didn't say that.
Well, guess I shouldn't put it off then. Better go straight on to Augustine now and get it over with. Not sure what's gonna happen.
All right, I get it. Look, just stay away from Augustine and I'll send you the ones I know of.
Thanks, Reg. You're the best brother ever.
No, the best brother ever would have locked you in a closet back in Salmon Bay for the rest of your life.
Wow. I'm sure a closet can hold a conduit for long, but I appreciate your wanting to lock me up.
It's really easy to level up because this game does the thing that Ubisoft games do, where once you take down the arbitrary tower or whatever, just all the things start showing up on the map. Like these drone things. Really easy to take down. Take out the cameras first on this one. Shows up. Oh, crap, and I'm out of smoke. God, you run out of powers real quick early on in the game, too.
Reg, you should see this, man. The DUP's completely trashed this city. All the people are walking hunched over and nervous looking.
Yeah, well, that's how martial law works. You control the city and the people by breaking them both down first.
Yeah, well, occupying
Of course, I'm out of smoke now.
Keep that to yourself for now.
As soon as I start aiming at the camera. Two more cameras. I'm gonna put it together later after I'm done with this. Yeah. Yeah, I do. When there's not a sheet on it, yeah. Not a whole lot. Yeah. Just talking about my new bed. Yeah, I mean, my sheets are freshly washed and stuff. Yeah, they're in that pile over there. I just washed them the other day. Don't remember which way I was going. Yeah, I'm sure. Got turned around, didn't know where I was going. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, take two with this. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can... How do I upgrade? There we go. Let's get the double air dash. Can I do the sulfur bomb or the... No, I can't get the missiles yet. Let's increase the amount of smoke I can use, though. And I'll save the rest of my upgrade points for when I do get the... When I do get the missiles. This is kind of how I imagined Cinder fighting. If she didn't have all the maiden powers, if it was just like fire and wind. But when you really think about it, like this little air dash is basically Ruby's frickin' scattering into ash, or scattering into dust instead of just scattering into rose petals. Crap, I'm stuck. Nope. I remember this one being the hardest of the three areas you can go to, but it's also the closest from that first one. Yeah, the enemies themselves aren't very strong, and they kind of level out pretty early on. Like, they don't actually get significantly stronger than this. That kind of bugs me. The other Infamous games had that problem too, though. But like they started off pretty hard, but then ended up getting easy because the enemies don't get any tougher. God, how many freaking guys are there? I think that was another thing that was part of the like kind of tech demo aspect of this early PS4 game. Is just like, look how many enemies we can have fighting you at one time. So much more than other games.
Oh, yeah!
Got a camera to destroy, and then I'll get this.
We have a smoke supply.
Freaking mapping that to the touchpad is ridiculous. Ah, the double air dash makes all the movement options, like the movement things are the things I'm going to be upgrading first. Movement options and then the like health upgrades. Shooting at me.
Reg, man, you should see this place. It's completely deserted. No ferries going in or out. Or
Same thing at the airport and train station. Now that they got the bridge out, the DUP's got this town sealed tight.
It's not going to be easy, is it?
Yeah, it's too bad I didn't think to mention that to you over and over during the last 10 hours.
I ever said how much I suck at, like, shooters.
Tasty.
Alright, Omar Salazar said, Media, if they were to make another Infamous game, would you want Delson to be the protagonist again, or would you want someone else? I don't think enough people care about Delson to bring him back. I would like him to be in the game. Not as the main player, but like maybe even as a mentor figure, like an older Delson.
He does this to every town they get called to.
Apparently, that's what they say.
Why would people even put up with that?
Because when it comes down to it,
Again, they sequel bait with this pretty hard.
life for liberty more than pursuit of happiness.
Nah, that can't be it.
The smoke grenade.
I feel good about this one.
The survivor asked favorite thing in Ruby that you generally like. Believe it or not, I like the power sets.
You know,
I like that everyone has
you.
multiple things that they can like rely on and stuff. Like you have people that rely on weapons, people who rely on semblance, people who rely on dust, people who have combinations of those. If it was just a little more thought out and a little more consistent without all the freaking needless retcons that they do, it could be. Now, I've expressed this in the past. It could be like a JoJo level. It could be like right up there with JoJo, Naruto. Where's some One Piece? Hunter x Hunter, though I can't really opine on that because I haven't watched past the BS that was episode 13. There's another blast shard over here I can get. There you are. You guys are pretty hard to take down with smoke powers.
Running off fumes here.
But once you get the video powers, they become a freaking cakewalk. Time to head back to the actual mission. This game is pretty fun to just mess around with. And a lot of it's in the movement. Like, I think I've said this before. But with open world games, it should be fun to move around in the world. And this does have one of the coolest movement systems. All the Infamous games do, and they all like put different spins on it, or at least this game puts a different spin on it. It's one area where I think it improves from the first two Infamous games, because the first two Infamous games were no slouches with that, like the parkour system, and then with all the like grinding on the electric rails.
You want to do me a favor and explain that to them, so maybe they'll just give up?
Why? Spoil the surprise when it happens.
Good point.
In this game, like, you got the jumping through the vents, the pouncing on the cars to give yourself a boost, the air, all the dashes, and all of them are different too. Like, the smoke dash is very limited, like just poof. There's another checkpoint here. How did I miss him all those times?
now. Smoke break.
God, there's always so many enemies with each, like, encounter. Omar Salazar said, what if you fought Delson? That could be interesting. You would probably have to come up with a definitive, like, canonical ending for this game, like, whether Delson ends up being a hero or a villain. Then I think you would have to kind of build the game a little bit around that.
Checkpoints and cameras on just about every corner.
It's the benefit of having home field advantage.
Except this isn't their home field.
Try telling them that.
And Shadowhawk said, happy holidays, my people in chat. Yes, happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Okay, so that way's not an option. This better work. It freaking worked!
Do I only have access to 2 missiles at first? I think I do. Yeah. That's something I gotta upgrade. Not that I use missiles a whole lot, I only use them on, like, the stronger enemies or the vehicles.
Hey, I have the right of way.
So, up there. Okay. Get a bird's eye view on this.
Ah, there's the sauce.
Shot in midair.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Suck on this!
think that's all my smoke powers.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Look out below! Not bad, huh? Oh, you want to see it again?
Was it down here that I
Reggie,
saw
I've used up all the
the...
core relays you sent, man. Come on, I need more.
No, man, that's all you get. See, this bioterrorist thing has you all worked up.
Yeah,
You need to
over
find
here is
someplace
the
to lay low
DUP
and
thing.
chill out for a while.
What is it with you and laying low? I'm fine. I'm great. Give me more.
No.
That
Now,
was
I'm working on a
awesome.
possible lead with the detective on the SPD, but we're not moving forward until I'm convinced your head's on straight.
Okay, I'll lay low. Whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, I was not ready to take on that checkpoint anyway. They had a lot of miniguns. Gotta have missiles to take those on. Two's just not enough. The pointless side quests. Yeah. Waggle your controller around. Run around until someone runs from you. I don't remember what the phone call ones are. Yeah, this is a map of from what I've understand, like they did a really good job, like recreating like all of Seattle.
Okay, Delson, I've got some information on the DUP's communications network. Now, there's a central antenna so they can coordinate the movements of all the smaller districts.
All right, any idea where this central communication thing is?
Well, you did say you wanted to see it while you were here.
Shut up. Space Needle?
Space Needle.
Yeah, let me just show you real quick how dumb some of these quote-unquote side quests are. Square. Riveting gameplay, really. Stencil freaking graffiti art. That's, you know, because this game is totally not made by a bunch of 40-year-olds trying to act like they know what 20-year-olds act like.
A man, a plan, and an aerosol can.
Yep. There's like 50 of those. I think there's like 2 in each district, so like 18, 20, somewhere in that ballpark. These ones are a little more fun. For a dude in a, I'm looking for Michael Brown. Black dude in a jacket. Yep, there he is. And there he goes. I think you got random encounters. These are fun. They only take a little while. Okay, here's a street musician. Just jamming away at his guitar. Not anymore. I think I'm going to do this mission and then that'll be it. This is always a good stopping point, I think. This is kind of a turning point. I consider this the end of
It's a nice day. I'll just
the
climb
first overall part of the game
crazy to be awesome.
before we start focusing on a neon chick.
Hey Reg, hypothetical, theoretical, totally what if question here, but what would be the explanation for how I might be able to draw the power from some conduits, say, oh, I don't know, Hank, and not others, like one of these dupe troopers?
Oh my god, so you did try earlier.
Hey, I'm not looking for an I told you so here, Reg. I'm just looking for an answer.
This is not as action-packed as I remember it being. I thought there was...
I thought the dupes had those things locked down.
I don't know, I just kind of remember there being, guys.
Well, I suppose that hypothetically, theoretically...
No, I'm thinking of,
powers from,
different level, the last level. There's a really big tower. I think it's,
Hank, or hopefully
that skyscraper over on the other island.
got all their weaker powers from Augustine, so maybe they can
That has
pass them
sections
on.
very much like this, but,
So you're saying we have to
also
keep
a lot
going.
of combat as well.
Don't push it. And next time, don't lie to me, okay? Trust your brother a little more than that, will you?
Yep, totally climbing up the ladder there.
This stuff's even uglier from the inside.
I think that was the animation for climbing up the pole.
Delson Rowe, you hung up on me before.
Sorry, Betty, but
Don't tell me this is a bad time, too.
actually at the moment I'm kind of climbing up the outside of the Space Needle.
Well, if you don't want to talk to me,
Even though, like,
Well,
you
you're
don't take fall
psychic, so
damage in this game.
This is more like it. I'm on
Here's the combat.
observation
There's
deck.
combat here.
Guard down.
Saw close quarter, so let's pop through with this. I call it the ass shotgun because it works.
onward and
It's
upward.
basically a shotgun.
Almost to the top.
There's like a boss over here.
Time to gouge out the eye of the needle. And that must be what holds it all together. What the hell? Oh, I haven't seen you before.
Oh yeah, another one of these guys. I think that this is supposed to be the first time I fought him, but
Man, we
I
got a
already
small
fought one of
army
these
of
guys because
Good. You're in the right place.
Or that they really don't like other people playing with their stuff.
Come on, focus, Delson. Do you see any way to take down the communications?
Yeah, there's this anchor. Looks like it's holding all the antennas in place.
I have to rely on melee for a minute. And enemies in this game are relentless. think I got the annoying guy. Or not. Or maybe I didn't, that was just some other dude.
Good Lord. Gets my local smoking chimney right away. Oh, yes! Serious improvement! Yeah, I don't think this is gonna
Good
count.
game design.
Nothing bad ever came from getting new powers.
Can't break the core relay until I try breaking the anchor and fail. And this is the last smoke power. This is the extreme.
Oh, this is going to be epic! Subtlety is for losers. What a rush! I hope Reggie's got a good view of this. It goes away.
Hello, Science Center District. I lost you. Do you read me? I'm getting nothing, sir. You? Nothing outside our immediate area.
I just liberated the Space Needle.
Let's go find us some prime conduit.
Shadowhawk said planning a Christmas party is too hard. Yeah. Never planned a Christmas party. I've planned Halloween parties before. Or helped plan them. Never done Christmas though.
Their comm center, okay? They may be deaf, but they're not dumb. Kicking the DUP completely out of Seattle is gonna take time. We just got here.
You know what they say? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single kick-ass tag.
Who says that?
The Chinese people.
Hey, Reg. You see it from down there?
Are you kidding? People in Portland can see it.
I just want to let the dupes know I'm here, man.
What the hell is that? That's not one of the three who escaped.
It's cool. What's the symbol supposed to mean?
Not sure. The Batman got away before the
Delson, I've been asking around about the escaped bioterrorists.
Do you think I maybe need like a PR guy?
What the hell are you talking about?
People here are starting to call me the Banner Man, which, A, is unbelievably lame.
Maybe not the best
Unbelievably lame.
right now.
Well, I mean, why not Smoke-tastic Man? Or
Smoke-tastic Man is totally better than Banner
I'm trying
Man.
to get a lead on the escaped bioterrorists. Why don't you see if you can disrupt other DUP operations around there until I get back to you?
Yeah, now it's asking me to basically do friggin' side quests in order to progress the story. Let's see, where am I at now? Let's finish liberating this district. Let's We'll get that last blast shard in this district, then we'll do the secret camera, and the secret, whatever the fuck. The secret file, in the secret, graffiti stencil art.
Delson, I may have a lead on one of the bioterrorists who escaped from the bus crash.
Fine, lay it on me.
I'm still at the station. Not a great place to talk. I'll meet you at 4th and Vickers.
Oh, the telephone is like the... it is the showdown, where you finally, like, kick the DUP officers out of the district. We'll do one of those.
Just made the world a little better place. It tickles.
Okay, what else is in this area? God, the menu system in this sucks. Secret file. I don't remember what these ones entail. I'll probably remember it once I get there.
Yeah, who's this?
Delson Rowe. You don't know me. But I've been watching you.
Okay, that's not creepy at all.
You started whispers going all the way back to Washington about Augustine and the need of the DUP.
That's great. One more step to making Augustine pay for what she did.
Not all of it's great. I want to help you.
Uh-huh. Help me do what, exactly?
I can help you take down the DUP from the inside. But you have to promise me you won't say anything to anyone. If the information I reveal to you gets out, I'm done. I won't even see the inside of a cell.
Now I gotta,
You're
like...
the only one who can expose what Augustine's doing in the conduits. You're the only one I trust to see this through to the end, no matter
Wait
what.
for him to stop talking and then
I'll play along
it'll let me find it.
So what do you need?
I pushed a program to your phone. It'll guide you to my reports. Find them, hear my story, and keep fighting. Crap, I gotta go.
Okay, for real. Invisible wall. So when we follow a specific pathway.
Augustine is the most powerful conduit I've ever seen. And she's got all the DUP as her loyal lapdogs. The mission has always been to collect bioterrorists and keep the world safe. She's done it so well that the
Okay, now it's time for the showdown.
DUP anymore. I gotta tell you, kid, I wouldn't want to be the government right now. Augustine is the DUP. Saying they don't need the DUP is saying they don't need Augustine. That's a bad idea. Worse, it's a powder keg just waiting for a spark. A spark like you. There we go. And then let's do the showdown now. So I think that, yep, that's it for this district. So we'll finish up Queen Anne.
Yeah, baby!
Hi, you have reached the DUP helpline. Do you have a bioterrorist incident to report?
Shadowhawk said thing
there's
is,
been a
I'm doing this
disturbance
single-handed and
nearby,
I'm
by
having
a
like 10
rather
people and I
handsome
need to get New Year's
bioterrorist.
bonuses out
He
of
decided to
my girlfriend's
vandalize
job,
the
which is
billboard.
another task
Please
in
hold and
itself.
stay where you
Yeah.
are. We are sending DUP troops to neutralize the threat.
I am never gonna get tired of this.
They chose a bad time to come. Let's Watch donated $5 and said, just want to say I enjoy your channel. I have Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. You have any predictions for Chapter 9, Volume 6? I think they're going to find Oscar. I think it's going to be a good episode. I think it's going to be very concise, very constrained, much like some of the early chapters of this volume were. I think it will look better than the preview. Preview had some really bad compositing errors, and that has been brought to the creators' notice. Like it didn't go unnoticed by people. Miles did not handle it very well. Miles kind of exposed himself as what we kind of all knew he was after that critic comment he made a few months ago. He's very thin-skinned. He does not take criticism well. I think that's a DLC thing that I can't even really access. Yeah, Cole's Legacy. I can't. I do have the Cole's Legacy stuff. Oh, I remember this. This is yep, little nod to Sly Cooper. Because this is made by Sucker Punch, the same guys who made Sly Cooper. Wait, thank you for the donation, by the way. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I do think they're going to find Oscar in this next episode. And I think it'll end in a cliffhanger involving the villains. I think the villains will show up at the end right as they find Oscar. Like, I would hope before they even resolve the stuff with Oscar, the villains show up. And then through, like, the battle with the villains, Oscar kind of, like, proves himself in his own right without Ozpin's help. This is important. I think Ozpin should stay away for a while for quite a while longer. Missed both my missile shots. Oh well. I got him now.
Sorry, Baldy.
Shadowhawk said Oscar suicide attempt. No, I don't think they'd go that dark. I really don't. I don't think they have the freaking capability or the guts to really do suicide. To like address that very real world issue. Yeah, I don't have enough missiles to deal with that. I'm gonna try. Live or die. I'm wrapping up the stream anyway. Oh god, a Gatling gun guy. Ooh, can I? Let's watch asked, do you think Crow will die? I think he will, judging from the intro. I think it's a very real possibility. I also think the kind of the time for Crow to die passed in Volume 4. He hasn't really contributed much since Volume 4. It's been really nice having his reactions to the stuff going on in Volume 6. It was really nice seeing him like punch punch Osmond because Osmond was in control at that time. It's been really nice seeing him deal with how the hopelessness of the situation. But I think overall he doesn't have much to offer for the show anymore. And the best time to have gotten rid of him would have been in Volume 4 with Tyrion. They kind of cheated everyone out of that back in Volume 4. They never bring that up in Volume 5. The whole beginning of Volume 5 like retconned the ending of Volume 4. Like they don't even acknowledge the fact that Crow was the one who almost died. They talk about Rin. They're like, Rin went nuts and he almost died, and then that like Ruby says only one of us almost died, and Nora like looks at Rin and not Crow, and she's talking to Crow, the one who actually almost died. It's just so off. It's awful. And people still defend that scene because it's not a retcon, because apparently in their mind they weren't in Mistral yet at the end of Volume 4. They forgot about it too. They forgot that Crow was in the hospital. Like every time I've brought that up to people who have criticized that criticism that Fat Man has, and I have, every time I bring up Crow being in the hospital at the end of Volume 4 and recovering, and I've never gotten a response to that. Should always say good old Mistral Wildfire Squad. Yeah. See that's a bit of a Deus Ex Machina. The Silver Eyes aren't. The Forest Services. Because they had to retcon the way that Grimm disappear when they die in order for that to work. There's no reason why anyone would have suspected that be the conclusion to that battle. Oh, God, there's more guys. Let's watch said, favorite volume of Ruby. Mine would be Volume 4, but Volume 6 is easily going to beat it pretty soon. Only if it picks up the pace again. I was not very pleased with the last 2 episodes, as I made clear in my review for those episodes. But, yeah, I mean, it's still on pace to be the best volume yet. So long as this was just a little slump that they hit for the second act, a little bit of a second act slump, and not like the rest of the volume, it'll be the best. But But best complete volume, Volume 4, hands down. Volume 3 is the only other one I would even argue deserves to be in the running. And it's really, with Volume 3, it's just because the last couple episodes are some of the best episodes in the entire series. Better than anything that's in Volume 4. Alright, let's get this, sustain fire. Enhanced vent dash. To obliterating drop. Dash slam, definitely dash slam. See, I have 19 shards. Go quick draw, let's upgrade drain smoke again. Get another cinder missile or two. Yeah, I need to upgrade my karma more. Go ahead and get that and that. See, I already have smoke almost all the way leveled up. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more upgrades to get for it. 5. Obliterating blast. 5. 6, 7, and a small sulfur bomb, but I don't ever use the bomb. The only bomb thing I use is, I use the neon bomb because it'll slow down time for them. And then, the video bomb is also, because it's not a bomb, it's actually the stealth mode. It's pretty cool. That's why I said, yeah, like I've said, I thought Chapter 7 was good overall. Only part I didn't like was the beginning with Cinder and Neo. Yeah, I had other problems with it too. Most of it just tone and pacing and voice acting. I don't think Saffron or Terra are very well performed. So anyway, I think yeah, I've been going for over 2 hours. I know I said I was gonna wrap it up with the other thing. But then people start asking me questions again. Let's watch said. Oh, Shadowhawk said, I hope the climax of this volume might be a Cinder and Neo versus Ruby and Yang fight, but mostly that's not gonna happen. I don't know. Let's watch said, I hated the first half of Chapter 8, but as soon as that White Rose moment happened, the second half was really good with Juniper's reaction and Maria's explanation of Silver Eyes. Yeah, but they didn't actually explain much. They didn't put a whole lot of stuff out there that we didn't already know. That kind of bugs me. Because I'll end it on this note. I'll climb up the building so that I don't get ambushed by more guys and get distracted. Then I'll end on something I've kind of discovered about myself this year when it comes to my taste in anime in particular. Alright, so nothing will make me drop a show faster than a completely pointless episode happening early on. The further into a show you go, the less ideas you're going to have. The more you're going to be straining to come up with something, the more you're going to, feel the need to do a recap episode or do a fluff episode or do a filler episode. But there are 2 shows I tried watching this year. 2 legendary shows. and they both hit this problem, and I dropped them, and I haven't picked them up since. I haven't even, like, one of them I haven't even entertained the idea of giving another shot. One of them is Hunter x Hunter, and the other one is Neon Genesis Evangelion. With Hunter x Hunter, it's episode 13, is a complete filler recap, and it happens halfway through the first arc. If that studio is going to put that kind of episode that early on in the series, and it's not even like they were catching up with the manga either, because the manga had been out for decades at that point, and they had already had a whole nother, like, previous version of Hunter x Hunter that went like 50 episodes, so they had that to draw from still, at least. But halfway through the first arc, they go into this filler episode where it's just a recap of things we literally just saw. I hated it so much, I'll never watch Hunter x Hunter again. Perfectly honest. I'll never give it another shot. It had its shot, and it blew it. Neon Genesis Evangelion had a similar issue, except that was even earlier, episode 5. And Neon Genesis Evangelion is not a long show. It's only like 20-something episodes, and then a bunch of movies. And all of them, like, retcon everything in the show, so it's like, what's even the point of even trying to keep up with it? Episode 5 was completely pointless of Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I dropped it. And I'll give it another shot just to say I did, just to have like that Citizen Kane credential. I put that in massive air quotes. Yeah, and that's happened to me before. Gurren Lagann, and I talked about this on the podcast. Because someone brought up Gurren Lagann. I watched the first 3 episodes of that, and nothing happened. The only thing that happened was that they found the surface in those 3 episodes. And again, only a 20 episode long series of television. I don't even think Gurren Lagann is that long. I think Gurren Lagann is only like 12 episodes. So it's like, there's no excuse for filler that early on in that kind of show. It's different if you're like Batman the Animated Series or Ed, and Eddie, where it's like you're a Freak of the Week type show, or you're a gag series, or you're all about like the single episode storylines and you don't have much of an overarching plot. I have different expectations for shows like that than I do shows like that try to tell a big consistent narrative. Like, there's been a couple times where I've contemplated dropping One Piece because they'll have arcs that are like that. The Long Island, which I tolerated Long Island. I got to it to the end, and then Aokiji showed up at the end and was like, okay, this is why this arc exists, is to introduce like this concept, give us a little fun fight, give us a little lighthearted moment before things get really dark in Water 7 and Eni's lobby. And then going into Thriller Bark, and then the Paramount War happens right after that. Just like that's the last little lighthearted moment the Straw Hats have together before the time skip. Really, ever. Because every arc has been like very heavy or very apocalyptic since then for the crew. And so I appreciate Long Island a little bit more. It's still my least favorite arc by a long mile, but I can definitely see the purpose of it in being like the last little nice adventure before things get serious. Yeah. So that's my piece about that. That's why I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter. That's why I haven't watched Neon Genesis Evangelion again. Yeah. And that's all I have to say about that, and that's all I have to say on this stream. So, if you sat through this whole thing, thank you for watching. I know these things tend to go very long. Oh, let's watch Just Ask. Favorite episode of Volume 6? Mine would be Episode 6. I just love the horror vibe and the atmosphere they had. I think mine's still Episode 2. Episode 2, I didn't have any problems with it. I even liked the Cinder stuff in Episode 2. I really liked how everything flowed together and how it established, like, this... It actually, like, visually established this little timeline, the sequence of events that lead to the beginning of the volume and how everything in this arc kind of started and where it's going to go from there. And also just, yeah, I mean, there's a reason why every time I talk about, like, the good stuff in Volume 6 in my reviews, I show that screenshot of Oscar fighting Ozpin, or fighting off Ozpin's control. Because I think that's just the best moment, one of the best moments in the entire series. It's right up there with like, Ruby's little character moment from Burning the Candle, the Renora flashback, Pyrrha's death, the Ruby versus Torchwick, like, is right up there with those. Like, reasons why I still watch and tolerate Ruby. Omar Salazar said, "Thanks for streaming. It's always fun interacting with you. Also, Merry Christmas." Yes, Merry Christmas to all. I will be back next week. I'll probably stream a little early next week. Like, what day is Christmas? Christmas is Tuesday, right? Hold on. Yeah, today's the 22nd. Yeah, Christmas is Tuesday. I might stream Wednesday, this week. Yeah, I'll stream Wednesday. I'll stream one of the games I got for Christmas. I will stream... I'll leave that up to you. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to play any of my games on Tuesday when I first get them. Because I'm going to be at my sister's, like, that whole day. And I might even be at my sister's on that Wednesday as well. But whenever I get back from my days-long Christmas party with my sisters... I will be streaming... I'll be streaming one game and playing another game on my own time. And I'll leave that up to you. In fact, I'll put that poll... Because I know 2 games I'm getting. I'll put that poll up right now. Shadowhawk says Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I don't have a Switch and I'm not getting a Switch. I wish. That'll be like a tax time gift. Then I'd also have to find out how to stream from a Switch. If I can stream to YouTube from a Switch. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to get eventually. It's just going to be a while. Anyway, thank you all for watching.